If you have ever reserved a room at a hotel or booked a flight with a major airline, then you've participated in that company's strategy to maximize profits using yield management. The concept of yield management is simple, however, executing these techniques can provide many challenges for corporate management. The idea is to match the demand for a product or service with what a customer is willing to pay. This concept can be visualized by using a demand curve. So why do companies use yield management? Let's look at an example to see the concept in action.
The first companies to implement sophisticated yield management techniques were United Airlines and American Airlines. They understood that there was a way that they could maximize profits by making sure that no seat in the plane went unsold for each flight.
I can't believe I paid so much for this ticket. How much you pay?
I paid $200. How about you?
I paid $400.
$400?
We're sitting beside each other.
How'd you pay $400? When did you book your flight?
Like 2 days ago.
I booked mine a month and a half ago. Maybe that's why. Why'd you book it so quick?
I don't know. I guess I was like last minute on this trip. I mean, it's kind of something my boss threw at me. Just had to get here, so. Yeah.
Well, I guess next time if you want to pay less, maybe you should try to book a little earlier.
Yeah, I guess so.
Often airlines will have a pricing structure that varies depending on the time of purchase. Purchasing at last minute will yield a higher price than buying the ticket a month or two earlier. It is impossible to identify one price point that all customers are willing to pay. Yield management strategies allow companies to capture a larger spectrum of the population, those willing to pay more for a product and those who would pay less. Here's an example that looks at the hotel industry. Seasonality will often play a role in price variations. Booking a room during peak season will have a higher price than off-season periods. Hi, you've reached the Marriott Bahamas. How can I help you? Okay, and when were you hoping to come in? July? Okay, that is peak season, so you're going to be looking at a rate about $600 a night. Okay, sounds good. July 4th it is. All right, we look forward to seeing you. Hello, you've reached the Marriott Bahamas. How can I help you? Okay, and when were you hoping to come in? February? Okay, was there a specific date? Okay, well, you're going to be looking at about $450 a night. You're lucky because it's not our peak season. Okay, perfect. Well, then I have you down and we will send you a confirmation email. Thank you.
Companies use a variety of other techniques to maximize revenue. Most people who have traveled on airlines are familiar with the technique of overbooking. With this method, companies try and forecast how many people who bought tickets will actually show up. This can be incredibly frustrating if calculated incorrectly. This is just one of the many issues that may occur with this technique. Due to the unique nature of yield management, certain characteristics add to the effectiveness of these systems. Because of this, only select industries implement these techniques. Companies that operate with low variable costs and high fixed costs are especially good for these techniques because costs can be more easily predicted. In addition, companies with segmented markets and ones that require reservations benefit from these systems. Industries with the previous characteristics include airlines, hotels, car rental agencies, cruise lines, and restaurants. Yield management systems provide benefits to both customers and corporations. When properly used, these systems increase companies' bottom line and create a competitive environment that allows for customers to receive the best product and service when they want it. This system does not come without its faults. On top of being costly to implement, the challenges that come with forecasting demand may cause for unhappy customers in situations such as overbooking. Also, the idea of non-discriminatory dynamic pricing means that the price a customer may pay for a product or service will vary each time it is purchased. For example, if you fly from RDU to LAX 4 times a year, you will pay a different price each time. In conclusion, yield management can be incredibly effective if correctly implemented by companies. As the environment for businesses becomes more competitive, yield management techniques will become more valuable. Today, several companies specialize in creating software that helps companies better manage their yield management techniques, making the experience more enjoyable for the customer.